What's up, freaks? This is Matt from the Bronx. I'm about to get my ass interviewed.
So back in the early days,
Yeah.
How did you get in touch with Gilby Clarke, and how was it to work with him?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, of course, it was great. We got in touch through our manager at the time, Jonathan. He played in a couple bands with Gilby Clarke, like in the 80s, you know, like before Guns N' Roses, they had a couple bands together. So he knew Gilby was, you know, looking for bands to play with and record and, you know, just kind of do whatever. He had a studio he was trying to get up off the ground in his house, and, you know, we were more than excited to work with him. So it was great.
Why did you choose to start your own record label?
It's just kind of a way of keeping track of everything that we do. You know, it's just like we're not really a label in the sense of, you know, putting out a bunch of different bands throughout the year. You know, we're more just kind of it's more of an in-house thing for us to put out our music whenever we want.
And you're about to release a new album in February. What can you tell us about it today?
We're all really excited on it. It's our first record in 5 years, so we're really stoked. You know, it's a Bronx record, just like all the rest. You know, it's got a fair amount of style and a fair amount of aggression, and you know, this one's a little more simplified, if I could say. The main difference between this record and the last one, it just musically and melodically, it's just a little more. We just kind of try to focus on just, you know, stripping the fat and writing better songs. So.
Yeah. What have been the biggest inspirations for the band through the years?
You know, traveling is always an inspiring thing. You know, traveling, getting to play shows in different parts of the country and seeing that there's people who actually give a shit about your band, you know, outside of where you live and where you grew up, you know. That's really inspiring. Creativity in itself is really inspiring, you know. We're very forward thinkers in this group, you know. We're excited about what comes next, you know. We're excited about what we're going to do next as a band, and you know, like with the Mariachi stuff and with the Bronx stuff, we don't really, you know, the future's very unwritten, you know, as Joe Strummer famously once said, and it feels good that way, you know. So it's inspiring to kind of not know what's around the corner, and to have the motivation to create your own destiny.
Why did you choose to start the Mariachi El Bronx thing?
Just to do something different, you know. It's like we kind of hit a wall with the Bronx at one point. We didn't really know where to go with it, and so we just decided to kind of just take a sharp left and do something different, you know. It just felt like the right time to kind of challenge ourselves in a different way. And being from Los Angeles, and you know, this Hispanic culture, it is so thick there, and it's such a beautiful thing. And, you know, I grew up around it, and it just felt like something fun to try, you know. And it became extremely inspiring, you know. And it was also, you know, like I didn't think we you know, we knew, you know, going in. I definitely think we didn't know, you know, how much fun we were gonna have, and how far it would go. You know, the shows we get to play, tours we get to do, 2 records, and it was just a really cool thing. You know, it just happened off of just a random idea of just trying to make a mariachi song.
Was there any thoughts of stop doing the Bronx?
No. It was just it just kind of felt like you're forcing things, you know. It's like you don't expect, you know, the world of punk music to be a limiting thing. It's not supposed to be, you know. It's not supposed to be, you know. It's and for that time, for us, it was, you know. It felt like we were in a box and we didn't quite know how to get out of it, and so we just decided to, you know, do something else. Just step out of the box completely.
Do you think you can top the mariachi thing and do something even more offensive?
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? You know, it's like, I mean, we got 2 bands right now, so we're pretty fucking busy. You know, but if we were to do anything else, I mean, I don't know. You know, it'd be cool to do a movie soundtrack as the Bronx and Mariachi El Bronx.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome to write a bunch of original music as both bands. That would be something really cool. But other than that, you know, the plan right now is just to keep touring, keep writing music.
How does it work touring wise with the both bands?
It just we either do like a Bronx tour, or we're doing an El Bronx tour, or you know, sometimes we do both. We did a tour about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where the mariachi band opened up for the punk band. So El Bronx opened up for Bronx. We did that all across the U.S. and through a lot of through most of the U.K. and in some of Europe. So you know, we got, you know, we're kind of, it's organized well. So it's like, you know, depending on whatever kind of show's coming up, if we get an offer to do a mariachi show in fucking Texas, we'll book a Bronx show too.
Yeah.
You know, since we're already going to be there. You know, so it's been pretty fun. You know, it can be a lot of hard work. You know, we've played a lot of crazy shows, or we're doing a show here, and then a show across town, and then a show here, and then, you know, but it's what we want to do.
Yeah. What do you think separate the Bronx from other bands with similar music?
You know, I think that I think we've trained our minds pretty righteously at this point to do different stuff. You know, we don't usually have to consciously remind ourselves anymore that we've made that type of record, or we've done this, we've done that. I would like to think of our band as you know, a very progressive band. Mm-hmm. And you know, unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot of that in music right now. You know, there's a lot of bands that are you know, that play it safe, or you know, that, you know, but the hard part about that is too, the flip side of that coin is some bands don't want to do that, and it's like you can't be mad at them for, you know what I mean, like, yeah. If a band wants to make the same record, cool, you know, but for us, this is we always want more. We always want more. We always want to do something different, and I think what you know, what fuels our band is the creative passion to keep exploring and to keep doing stuff different and to keep seeing how far we can fucking push this. And you know, it's very unique to our band. It's like that's what we want to do. We just want to keep going forward.
Yeah. What has been the most interesting thing you've done with the band?
Whew. You know, the Foo Fighters tour with the mariachi band was pretty crazy. That was pretty huge. You know, it was pretty fucking awesome. Bronx stuff has been like, you know, just some of the festivals and shows that we've been able to play, touring with friends. Like, you know, we just finished the tour with the Hives, and you know, it's just, you know, growing up and stuff like that, when we were all younger, I just never imagined that it would go this far, that it would, you know, take the twists and turns that it's taken. And you know, I'm just extremely thankful. Like, literally, like every show we play, I'm just so stoked. You know, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be traveling and playing music with my friends. I'm happy to be creative. I'm happy to get home and have the space that I have there, and I'm extremely thankful for everything. So it's hard sometimes for me to pinpoint certain things, because this is all, you know, like, it's a fucking dream, man.
Yeah. Is there any upsides or downsides to be from such a culture town as Los Angeles?
You know, I think it was Bad Religion, they call California the land of competition.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's the only real thing. You know, I think you got to work twice as hard.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much. You know, there's so much out there. You know, that to actually stand out, you know, you gotta work hard and you gotta be dedicated, and you gotta you gotta have something that someone else doesn't have. You know, and I'm very proud of where we're from. I love Los Angeles. I love California, and you know, it's great to be part of such a musical history. You know, such an amazing musical history, and it's a little hectic, but you know, I think we do our best to try to represent our town in a good way.
While touring, is it hard to be away from your family and friends for such a long time?
Yeah, you know, it can be. You know, especially it's like, you know, like around the holidays or stuff like this. You know, but the good thing is that we have such a bond, you know, together between all of us. You know, it's like so. It's just kind of like trading one home for another home.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all right. But yeah, it does get tough at times. You know, you want to be back at your own place and, you know, seeing the friends you never get to see, and, you know, listening to your records, or you know it's like our guitar player Joby. He's at home right now because his daughter, you know, she had like a piano recital for Christmas. You know, so he had to go home and see that. So that's awesome. You know, it's like as long as you're able to find a balance with stuff. You know, I think you're capable of doing both. It does get, you know, hard sometimes. So.
How is a normal day for you on tour? From the morning to the evening?
No, last night I went to bed, I want to say like around 4, maybe 5. I woke up today around noon and had some lunch. We got here, we loaded gear in, you know, set the gear up, came back here, hung out for about an hour, you know, sound checked. You know, it's pretty routine. You know, it's like every now and then it'll, you know, like we were in Copenhagen the other day and there was an art gallery I wanted to go check out, and you know, so I took a walk and did that, and you know, every now and then we'll go check out places as a group and do stuff like that. But today was pretty standard. You know, you just load in, get the gear going, sound check, hang back here, have some beers, listen to some music. You know, doors open. You know, watch the first band play a show, have some beers, hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. What have been the most embarrassing live moments?
Let's see. I've had a couple weird ones. I got naked once. That was pretty amazing. My girlfriend at the time was not happy about that. I got naked at one show. It's always embarrassing when you forget, like, I've forgotten lyrics before.
Mm-hmm.
That always sucks, you know, but sometimes it happens. Let's see. I said the wrong town before. I've done that. I've gotten the wrong town, the wrong day. You know, yeah. But that's just, I mean, shit, you know, that stuff just happens. It's bound to happen. It's kind of like, you know, they say, like, you know, if you ride a motorcycle or even if you ride a car, you know, you will get in an accident eventually. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I equate it to. It's, you know, we're bound to stumble every now and then, but we pick ourselves up, and thank goodness there's probably a show the next night, so it's always a chance for vindication.
Yeah. And the last question. What have been the biggest moment with the band so far, and what do you want to do that you haven't done yet?
Let's see. Biggest moment, like the you know, the first time Bronx played Reading and Leeds, that was pretty amazing for us. It was pretty huge. You know, putting this Bronx record out is also it's a very awesome moment for the band, because, you know, we've been around for 10 years, and we're very proud of that. You know, it's very hard to stay you know, music, especially the environment around, you know, the core, which is, you know, having a band and writing songs and putting out a record. Everything has been spinning around outside of that for so long, and the business side of things, you know, that it's been crazy. And I'm very stoked on this new record because of what it represents, you know, what represents us making it through all the bullshit that we've been through together, and still, you know, loving what we do, you know, not being mad at music, not holding a grudge against record labels, or, you know, being angry and jaded. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not jaded. I'm proud to say that. You know, I'm still in love with music, and, you know, I hope I always will be. And after all the touring and all the shows, and after all the chaos, and after everything that we've done, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be able to sit here and say what the future holds, what we want to do, what I want to do that we haven't done. You know, I have small goals. You know, I just want to keep growing. It's like, you know, when you're in a band like this, you can grow leaps and bounds in the period of a year or a record, and then the next 2-3 years you can be very, very slow, and it can test your patience, it can test your wallet, it can test your friends, it can test everything. But as long as at the end of the day you still see signs of growth, it's such a positive thing. And that's all I want. That's all I want for this band going forward, is just to continue to challenge ourselves and to grow. And you know, we'll see what comes out of that, because, you know, like I said, if we got like a soundtrack or fucking, you know, a movie, or, you know, whatever, just sort of anything, you know, I would love to explore different genres like that, you know. And then outside of that, of course, we'll continue to make Bronx and El Bronx records, and see what the future holds.
Yeah. That was all.
Right on, man.